So here we are, arriving up to the Charles Lindbergh Hotel. First thing first is that you got their Phantasialand Big Gate and Woozle Town, which is just beyond the gate. However, if you see in the distance, only just, we are arriving to our destination, which is the Charles Lindbergh. Very exciting moments. It's the second time I will have stayed in this hotel. However, this time I will have archive footage that I can keep. Unlike the external hard drive that sadly went bust by corruption, this time it won't happen. At least I don't want to jinx myself with that. As you can see, we're getting closer and closer to our destination and your local staff member hut. I don't know if that's an accommodation or if that would technically be classed as just their staff rooms. But here's the back of Charles Lindbergh with some of their hotel rooms. Some that face outwards. Some have balconies, some do not. As because there is balconies on the other side. However, here's your first view of Hotel Charles Lindbergh. However, further down the line of the pavement, that will be where you end up for the main entrance to the theme park. And this is all its glory. Dankeschön. And first thing you see for theming, Christmas theming inside, with all the lovely luggage. And you might just get a nice lovely little view from outside. Here you go. As you can see, it's lovely lighting around with all of these luggage bars. So one way would be gate A, then you have gate B, which is in the centre. Just where flyers, you'll see a centre bit, and then this way is where you would check in. Got it? And here is your check-in. Oh, lovely outfits though. And there's a greater grand scale of the coaster and the hotel.
At the fly. Sorry, my friend Nico's also vlogging.
Say hello to everyone else on the YouTube.
Hello.
That is Cure Fox.
I can't do the same because you don't like being on camera.
So your answer for gate B is here, which is where I stayed last time. And this is an idea of part of their brands you can buy, of their all the different things, goggles and everything.
So excited.
Also, in the reception you do have one toilet. I won't show you inside the toilet, but when you're getting your luggage, if you're on your first day and you haven't got your card yet for the room, you put it in here, which is a luggage room. I will try and show you it later on, a little video inside the luggage room, but this would be where you put the luggage in. And that's right next to the gate C door. Well, C, D and E, but I just class it as gate C. So here's your check-in for luggage, and this is what the room looks like. So you put your luggage in here, and then you can go straight to the theme park.
So we have officially got our boarding passes, and we are officially, as I hoped for, gate B. Specifically, I can't read which room it is. Pass to take, so I can't tell exactly which room it is yet. We will get ours a little bit later on, our actual room keys, I think, at 1 o'clock. However, as I've done before, you get 2 free fast pass tickets to fly. This is all included in the hotel. And there is what the actual ticket looks like on the other side, like as if you're on a plane. We have got the hotel room for 1 night. You get 2-day stay in the theme park. 2 fast pass tickets to fly, which are exclusive to the hotel. You cannot get these anywhere else for fast pass. Plus your ticket here. And there is a goodie bag which you will see when we get to the hotel room later. So, we've now done our boarding. And these are the types of rooms we're going to have. Little cabins. And what's right outside, you have fly. So each person has an individual light and then an indication of if you can say to let them in or not. This is just a mere preview of what will be to come. And just right over there, that there is where you get, if you hire out for clothing, it's, I think, was 40 euros to 50 euros, but you get to hire for 24 hours a special kind of outfit, costume. So you have to start the launch up there and it goes straight off. Second launch is down at the bottom, as you can see. I do apologise for the white light on that. I will fix that later.
So, this is what our room looks like in Charles Lindbergh. We've just come back from bar 1919 and we have directly outside Fly, which is brilliant to be able to hear this. I'm going to be able to hear this rumbling straight in the morning as check-in's 12 o'clock and we are in Gate B, floor 227. As you can see, the room is nicely themed up, very nicely themed up. Nice TV too, so if you ever have anything that can connect with a HDMI, which I do believe at the back, you might just see that there are still some HDMI supports just on the other side. So if you have a computer or anything like that that can join in, you can then have it streaming onto the TV. It also has a controller, which I should mention. Don't mind the mess, we've been sorting ourselves out. I will do half and half, so it's evening time now / night. So I will have some that looks like it's in the evening with very late night shots, and also some that might look like in the daytime of Charles Lindbergh. But you get your nice little toilet. You got also the sink, a nice mirror, and glasses, which is not bad. But the best part is not just the front, but at the back. Here's your window from the rear, and there is the second launch, which you can see from the window. Great for the summer though, but winter, most people are going to keep it shut. So, this is the top floor of Charles Lindbergh over at Gate B. It's got some nice views from up the top, which you can see so much of Rookburg. This I will get to experience in the evening, and as you're just here, I think they may be soon launching out a train. Yes, just timed it right for the train. So you'll hear the train go by, and away they go. But yes, as you can see, the views are not bad at all. There's only a handful of bits up here, but you can see how close you are to the track. So you've got your little bench here on this side. On this side you'll see that would be where your toilets are, which you can get a good view of your launch there. And on this side, this is gate A, which the view is mostly from the inside here, which you do also get a nice view still of the track, which is just below. As you can just see there, I don't want to go any further just in case, but there it is, even though it's blurring. There you go, come on, don't blur. It's blurring, but I do apologise. So you've got gate A, gate B, and then gate C on this side. Which gate C, they're okay, but your view you're only going to get from your front door, and the back door is more for the outside, as if you're looking over at there to where not Mystery Castle, because that is over there. No, I meant to say Crazy Bats, inside that building just in the middle, which you can just about see there, that is Crazy Bats. So, that's gate C, and then also some do have, I think, balconies on the other side, which face towards the road, the main road. I'll now take you further down, nearer to the room, so we'll see you in the next part of here. And before I go, I will mention in summer, it's great to have this bench here, because you can gaze up at the stars when it's nice and dry and also clear skies. So if you ever do want to in the evening at this hotel, is to go there and just have a nice relax looking at the stars. See you in a bit. I am in a shirt, it's very cold, but I don't mind. But you are allowed to walk around here in the afternoon. I don't know about beyond midnight, but all these lights stay on for a little bit longer. I think till 1 o'clock in the morning. And then they turn off all the flashing lights. But this is so cool. There we go, I think some of the lights are starting to be turned off as they slowly turn off all these lights. So some of the red lights are still on, but most of the Rookburg area that would be earlier would be turned on, like over here. But because it's midnight, they have to stay fairly quiet. But this we will see tomorrow after 11 o'clock.
And now for some dinner, which is where we also have our breakfast. This was partly included in the hotel price with also park tickets, but it's only exclusive to Hotel Charles Lindbergh.
My bubbles.
Ready?
I leave this for you here.
Okay.
And when you like, you can make it.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy it.
Yes.
So that was bar 1919, and I managed to have their newest alcoholic beverage, which was really nice. So they added the new one, which is, I'd say it's equivalent to Sex on the Beach, which was 31 euros. Wasn't honestly that bad in price. And the presentation, as you'll see, was really good. So this is what the stairway corridors look like when you're going up the stairs. The audio changes a little bit though. And I can't remember where I've got to go. I think gate 0 is the main entrance. But we'll get there in a moment. Actually, floor 1 might be the correct one, but yes, anyway. So, it's pretty interesting though. During the night, they kind of turn it off just to, because people go to sleep at midnight. So we're heading off for breakfast now, which is down near bar 1919. If you're a hotel guest, that's how you get there. And if you were normally going for the restaurant, you go through the entrance in Rookberg, which is the Uruwerk restaurant. So that's the way we go through. And as you can hear, already the audio is being used. And there's just an idea. That's how you see it, as Uruwerk. I won't be able to take you any further than where I can, but...
The builder's plate on the left.
Yep. So this is bar 1919. And all of that's just theming. Fun little fact, if you didn't know about this, just up there, they open up the roof, and below here is where they take this all off, and then they bring up the trains and rise it up through to the ceiling when they need to do maintenance on them. As down below is where they store the rest of the trains. So if you didn't know that fact, there's nice little information for you there. So that was breakfast in Uruwerk. That was rather filling for the breakfast there. And I say, yes, they didn't have baked beans or anything like that, but everything else is nice. Although if you're not used to having salty food, then I will pre-warn you to make sure that you're used to eating salty food. After all, it's very salty for all their meats, but it's lovely though. And as early as you can get in there, I think it was like 8 o'clock or 8:45. So just bear that in mind, that you don't have to exactly be that early, but there is that option. So I will show you now the check-in, as this is what it looks like in the early mornings. I forgot to also mention that if you want to, something that's fairly new is that you can hire out costumes. And you get the costume for 24 hours, which is pretty cool. They measure you up for it, and then you can get things like if you're more of a feminine body, then you can wear female type clothing, or for the men you've got top hats and all sorts, vests, you name it, all nicely themed for it, and you can wear it with it throughout the entire park. So if you have that extra cash and you like to do dressing up and that lot, I always would suggest definitely dressing up, especially if you're in here specifically, because of the fact that most of them are all themed to Rookburg-esque elements. Also, you can buy their soaps and lotions. 12 €95. I do apologise about my voice if it's not that loud. Yesterday I was screaming quite a lot, so I can't exactly talk as loud as I was yesterday, so you'll have to bear with me on that. And like I've shown before, this is what it looks like along the corridor here. I will show you later on the main entrance, and I will make sure to put it will either be in the first part of the video, so this would be either past tense or future tense, give or take where I might choose to put it for editing. I'm sure post-editing Nico will say so in the post-editing.
Hi there, post-editing Nico here. I'm sorry that I've put the video at the end, but it looks better at the end given that it's at night, and I don't want to confuse you by it going day, night, night, day, day, night again. But anyway, let's continue.
So, if you want to go into Rookburg from the hotel, you must go through Gate A. And if you follow straight on through here, you'll find a nice sign that says Rookburg. Nicely presented in the golden type-esque lettering. But where this gate is here, this would be where you go to go downstairs into Rookburg, which you can just see there, the stairs. And behind those doors is where you would be able to try on your clothing. Or should I say, you will get to be sized up and then get your outfits. The astronaut wardrobe, I think that's supposed to be pronounced as, or the aero something wardrobe. If I'm going to try and pronounce it in German, I do apologize if I fail here, but the Aeronaut Wardrobe. I could have got that wrong, so any Germans out there, I do apologize if I've messed up that. The one thing I love about this place though is the fact that the hotel is part of the supports for Fly. The only thing that's different though that with these supports is that they don't put you, they don't go through the rooms itself. It's only within the building of outside and parts of the restaurant and the bar, which you will get to find if you do manage to stay here. It's a bit of a wet morning today, but it should dry up later on. With the bathrooms also, you can manage to open both these doors. Or should I say windows. So there's one. And there's two. And for us, we're quite lucky with our view here. Our view has a lovely sight of the it's not the launch, I think. Actually, no, wait. It is the launch. Don't mind me. Still waking up. But anyway, so there would be the launch. You go up and around there. And by God, it is amazing, this coaster. For me, I didn't feel so much of it, but you know. Anyway, back to the room vlog. Hopefully you might see some testing soon. And if they do, I will make sure to get a shot from there for you. We still haven't used the shower just yet, but we will. So you, like I've said before, you've got a nice little shower head there, which I think here is to move this up and down. You got your hot and cold. Now that's on and off, and your hot and cold's there. So on and off, and hot and cold. The only thing, speaking of which, I just heard some rumbling, so we might hear or see Fly testing soon. Some extra hand towels, a hairdryer, some extra toilet roll, and a nicely lit up mirror. And I do apologise for if this is flickering. I love all the details though, including above where it looks like it's heating pipes, but it's not actually heating pipes. It's just there mostly for theming. Every corner in here though, there is bits of details. Between the nice markings to the old-fashioned light switch style, which has a very nice clunk. So you're going to go dark in a moment, but lovely old clunk noises. Your emergency areas, which is all in 3 different languages: German, English, and I do believe it's French. Current time clock, which I wish I could get one of these to take home, but sadly I can't. You got your air type goggles, pilot goggles, and a nice lovely white scarf. I think they must change these if they get dirty. They must have to. Currently the TV's off, but it will show Rookberg on there, like their actual art style of Rookberg. You got some lovely old type of styled pictures, although they're modern, I think. Modern people, or even sketched, I can't tell. And you got the drawings here as well, of all the machines for Rookberg. Of flying. As for if you want storage, there is multiple things. You've got your main wardrobe-esque type thing, which the shutters, yes, they do go down. But I'm going to keep it up in a second. But that's what you get on there. Sorry about all the bags though. But yeah, so it says travel gear. Only for the top half though, this is. As for the bottom, you've got that down there. I can't remember where the safe is though. You've got compartments underneath your beds, so you can put stuff underneath your beds as well if you need to. And that was Charles Lindbergh. We'll see you later guys, and thank you all for tuning in. Bye.